Once again, iPhone full. I'm getting a new phone from work soon, maybe. Yeah, so this is my, well, I won't say this is my original, but this one I built for my collection a bunch of years back, and I keep it together. And I used the best pieces I possibly could find at the time to rebuild it, whilst keeping the era specific. This one, I used the pieces that came in a lot, and then I tried again really, really quickly, grab the era specific pieces. Set 712. It is still, I mean, I could probably build a lot more, but it is, let me just see, this thing came in two sets, this 712 seaplane and 371 seaplane. I think 712 is our side of the pond, and 31 whatever's on the other side. The first one came out a year before ours in 1977, so I got this when I was 10. So this is when I had my house, and this is when I just built. I didn't bother. It was missing a 1x2 trans clear slope. I could go find it in my trans clear boxes, but none of them are organized well, so I'm not going to bother. What it is, I modified by putting the tires on the bottom, 2x2 bricks with wheels on the bottom, which is exactly what I did when I was 10, because I wanted it to land and just kind of coast down the runway. So it's a pontoon plane that has wheels. It's an amphibian. I've already done a set review on it. I don't think I want to do another one on it. Just a really, really quick synopsis. It's, holy for crying out loud, 712, came out in 1977, 115 pieces, 2 figs, 2 non-moving arms, non-moving legs figs, 1 in the boat, 1 in the plane. It's a lot of basic pieces. Basically it's all basic pieces. The really cool part is you get 20 blue by 2x2 blue inverted slopes straight off the bat. You get 2 2x3 slopes. You get 4 corner slopes. You get 8 or 4. I got that wrong. 4 2x4s, and then 3 2x2s over here, and huge 6x16s, which come in handy a lot when you're building big roofs or whatever. Other than that, like the front propeller piece, cool enough for the day. Another much better. Not too many other really, really cool things about this thing, except the set itself, still to this day, looks utterly fantastic for a completely basic brick build. Just basic bricks and slopes. It looks exactly like it's supposed to. This is one of the most, for me when I was growing up, this is the most quote-unquote accurately to the real world planes or even sets they had. Like the trucks didn't look like real trucks, they look like, but this thing from a distance you could say it's a model of a like a Piper Super Cub or something thereof, and it's just fantastic. I've gushed about it many times. I just absolutely adore it. It's just a fantastic set. So that was my reconstitution. So my second reconstitution, I got 2 reconstituted sets from this lot so far. I'm gonna look up the 2x2 plates, trans clear plates, to see what those came in, and I'm gonna make a judgment call whether or not I'm gonna refurbish it, reconstitutionalize it. But the 712 is done. I didn't even notice that yesterday when I got the lot. This is not why I bought the lot, but as soon as I started sorting out the pieces, I said, this is going to be awesome. And for me, and nobody else has to be this way, it was awesome for me. Just to find one of these out in the wild in a used lot. I probably got it in used lots before, like previously, because I used to buy a ton of used lots. I just never even thought about it. It's just this one because it had a small piece count that I could see it by the pieces I was pulling out. I mentioned that there is a very, very partial yellow castle in here. I'm not even going to worry about it because there's no, you need 82 1x2 yellow bricks or something like that. There's like 2. There's no way I'm reconstituting yet another yellow castle. It only had 1 helmet. No minifigs. Like there's no way I'm doing that. So no yellow castle again. The other thing is, yeah, I'm looking at the tipper buckets maybe, but because it came with a lot of wheels. It came with a ton of dualies. Like there's just a ton. This isn't it. There's stacks of these wheels in there, and so like they're all in here, and it's a mess. But I did get wheels, by the way. Forgot about that. A bag of wheels. So I was wrong in my last video when I said, "Oh, no wheels! Yay!" There's wheels. Yes, there are wheels. There's always wheels in all these sets, all these used sets. So again, my wheel collection is now even bigger. I'm just gonna grab handfuls and bring them to the next Lego show with Toro Lug and see, hey, who wants them? It's like I don't. But anyway, yeah. So I'm tired. It's after midnight. So I have found one more set to reconstitutionalize, as they like to say. I'm going to do a brief cleanup in here because when Paul left, it was pretty clean, and I want to keep it that way. Thanks, Paul, again. Appreciate it. So I'm going to stop mentioning your name because you're probably sick of hearing it. So I'm going to shut up now. I got to just wrap this up by saying I did have an utterly fantastic time yesterday. And again, this is going to be published 2.5 weeks from now. Not to wrap up, I posted earlier today, that you saw earlier today. This is going to be going with this. So I've been really, really fantastically happy about that the entire day. And again, I do want to encourage people to do this kind of thing if they want to. And again, I mentioned in the other video, we do have an open door policy. If I know you, like I don't want complete strangers dropping by the house that I don't know. But knowing somebody doesn't have to be in person. I never met Paul. Well, I did meet Paul. I met him at Bricklemania. But if you're a friend, and I say you're a friend, you should know if you're my friend or not. And you're in the area, just call me. And if you're not comfortable coming here, or if I don't know you enough to come here, I'll meet you at a coffee shop. I have no problem with that. If you're a complete and utter stranger who's watching these videos, I'm not going to tell you where my address is. But if you want to go out for a coffee in Hamilton somewhere, I'll stop by for a coffee. We can talk Lego until the lights, they turn up the lights. No problem with that. So I am cautious with the people we invite to the house. So there is that. Our run-in with the old neighbors has made me a little more cautious about stuff, about sharing and stuff like that. But in the end, because not to go into this now at 7 minutes, when they first moved in, we were cordial, and as time went on, before things went off the rails, we talked more. And I had mentioned, because the husband did ask me about it, about vasectomies, and I said I got one, and it was easy. That conversation came up at the arbitration and some of our Facebook posts and some of their attacks on us. It was deplorable. It was absolutely deplorable of them to bring that up. Stuff that we told them, not necessarily in confidence, because it's not a huge thing. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling the world, I got a vasectomy. I'm 56 years old. Of course I got a vasectomy. It's like, I don't need any other kids out there that have my DNA in them. So no, I'm glad I did it. And it was the easiest thing. One of the easiest things I ever did. Your mileage may vary, because I know there's some horror stories out there, but so I am slightly more trepidatious about, opening my world to people to be like in my sphere, outside this YouTube channel. So if you, but on the flip side, I am, a guy who loves people and hanging around people and, talking about my favorite things to talk about and listening to their favorite things to talk about. So if you do say, hey, Dave, in DM or whatever, hey, Dave, I'm going to be in Hamilton, and I never met you before in my life. No, you're not going to come to my house. But I will meet you. I will 100% meet you for a coffee somewhere, and we can play, hey, get to know each other, and say hi and talk about our favorite hobby. But if you are a friend, and you should know if you're my friend, friend of the family, and you do want to stop by, we've always had an open door policy for that. And my friends know where I live. So, but anyway, enough on that topic. I have now 2 of these. I'm probably going to re-put that. I'm going to put that one back to the original with the 2x8 bricks, so it's not driving around. And I may put it up on the buy and sells, because why not? I already have mine, and I could build probably a dozen more. Although my 6x16 blue plates, there's a ton of them used up inside the layout. Like seriously, a lot of them are inside the layout. And that's a quick story, hopefully. When I was building buildings, of course the buildings are blue. And in order to build blue buildings, you need, say that tongue twister, build blue buildings. And what I did is I used the new dark blue tiles to tile the floors inside the building. So the dark blue sets off the blue fantastically, awesomely. And so I covered over all those blue bricks, the blue plates, the 6x16 or whatever I was using to make the floor. Originally, they were just going to be blue, and now they're covered over with gray tiles, dark blade tiles. So I could have gotten away with just using black or red or whatever other color there was out there. I didn't have to waste all my 6x16s blue plates. I could have used any other color of 6x16, because 6x16 it seems to be ubiquitous in black and blue and red and whatever. Yellow, not that ubiquitous, but even light gray, I got tons of 6x16s. I think I got 6x16s. I had 6x16s. Galaxy Explorers aside. Yeah, so that's it. That's all. I think I said enough, and I think I'm semi-coherent. So I may find that 1x2 trans clear slope. I'm going to put that back to standard. I'm going to see if I'm going to debate for a day or two whether I want to sell it. And then I'm also going to debate whether or not I'm going to figure that one out. I think I already know. But I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments, should they want to, and I love it when they do. And I am not going to do hardly anything else for any more reconstitutions. Although I do want to figure out where these came from. Just 2 of them. There's only 2 Technic pieces in this entire lot. It's very odd. So, because pre-1977, the Technic pieces did not look like that. Anywho, that's it. Everybody stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon.